Hari Om everyone. So as I was mentioning, today is the last section of the shlokas that we have to learn from chapter 1, which will be shloka 36 onwards. But before we go to that, I would just like to revise all the shlokas that we have learned up till now. So would anyone like to volunteer to chant some of the shlokas that we have learned up till now? To begin with, we can start with the first 12. Either you can chant the first 5 or whichever is comfortable. Does anyone want to volunteer? Padmaji? Sure, Padma. Yeah, so you can chant the shloka and the meaning. So chant the shloka once and the meaning once.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Atha Prathamodhyayaha. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Dhrutarashtra Uvacha. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Samaveta Yoyotsavaha. Mamakav Pandavaschaiva. Kimakorvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, "O Sanjaya, after gathering on the holy field of Kurukshetra and desiring to fight, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do?" Sanjaya Uvacha Društva tu Pandavanīkam Vyodham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Sanjay said, on observing the Pandava army standing in military formation, King Duryodhana approached his teacher Acharya and said the following words. Pashyaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamom Vyodham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Duryodhana said, respected teacher, behold the mighty army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arrayed battle by your own gifted disciple, the son of Drupad. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharataha. Behold, in their ranks are many powerful warriors like Yuyudhan, Virat and Drupad, wielding mighty bows and equal in military prowess to Bhim and Arjun. Drushtaketuste kitanaha Kashirajascha Viryavan Purojit Kunti Bhojascha Shaibhyascha Narapungavaha. There are also accomplished heroes like Drishtaketu, Chekitan, the gallant king of Kashi, Purojit, Kunti Bhoj and Shaibhya, all the best of men. Yudhamanyuscha Vikrantaha Uttamauchascha Viryavan Saubhadro Dropadeyascha Sarvayeva Maharataha. In their ranks, they also have the courageous Yudhamanyu, the gallant Uttamauja, the son of Subhadra and the sons of Draupadi, who are all great warrior chiefs. Asmakantu vishishtaye tani bodha dvijottama nayaka mama sainyasya sanyartam tan bravimite. Oh, best of Brahmins here too about the principal generals of on our side who are especially qualified to lead. This I know, recount unto you. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Krupascha Samitinjayaha Ashwathama Vikarnascha Saumadhattistatthaivacha. There are personalities like yourself, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and Bhurishrava, who are ever victorious in battle. Anye cha bahava shura madharte tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharnaha sarve yuddha visharadaha. Also, there are many other heroic warriors who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. They are all skilled in the art of warfare and equipped with various kinds of weapons. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptam tvidametesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. The strength of our army is unlimited, and we are safely marshaled by Grand Sir Bhishma, while the strength of the Pandava army, carefully marshaled by Bhim, is limited. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagamavastitaha Bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. Therefore, I call upon all the generals of the Kaurava army now to give full support to Grand Sir Bhishma, even as you defend your respective strategic points. Tasya sanjanayan harsham kururuddha pitamahaha simhanadam vinadyochaihi shankam dadmo pratapavan. Then the grand old man of Kuru dynasty, the glorious patriarch Bhishma, roared like a lion and blew his conch shell very loudly, giving joy to Duryodhan.
Thank you, Padmaji. Hari Om Savitri ji, Hari Om Vaishnavi ji.
Hari Om, madam.
So, just to update, we are just revising all the shlokas learned till now before we can take up from the 36th shloka. Anyone else would like to volunteer to chant from shloka 13?
Okay.
So Savitri ji, you can, do you want to chant?
Oh, okay, madam.
Yeah, so you have to just chant the shloka once and the meaning once.
Oh.
Yeah, please. Shrav.
Sankhyaschya Veryascha Panavanatarodukaha.
Savitri ji, sorry, your voice is not very clearly audible. Can you bring the mic closer to you? Is it possible?
Okay. Okay, madam. ततः शङ्क्याश्च वीर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त हन्यन्त स शब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत्. Thereafter, conches, kettle drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns suddenly blared forth, and their combined sound was overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Next 14th, madam.
Yes.
ततः श्वेतैर्वैर्युक्ते महती स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधव पाण्डवाश्चैव दिव्यो शङ्क्यो प्रपद्यतुः प्रदद्मतुः. Then from amidst the Pandava army, seated in a glorious chariot drawn by 5 horses, Madhava and Arjuna blew their divine conch shells. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Paundram Dadmau Mahashankham Bhimakarma Rushodaya Rugodaraha. Rishikesha blew his conch shell called Panchajanya, and Arjuna blew the Devadatta, Bhima, and various eater and performer of Herculean tasks blew his mighty conch called Poundra. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kuntiputro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sahadevascha Sugoshamani Pushpakau. King Yudhishthira blew his Ananta Vijaya while Nakula and Sahadeva blew the Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. Mani Pushpaka. Kasyascha Parameshvasa Shikandi cha Maharata Drashtadyumno Viratascha Shataki Shaparatitaha. The excellent archer and king of Kasi, the great warrior Shikandi, Drishtadyumna, Virat, and the invisible Satyaki. Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvata Pratidipate Sauvatrascha Mahapahum Shankantadhu Pratakrutak. Drupad, the 5 sons of Draupadi, and the mighty armed Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells, O ruler of the earth. सर्वोषोदार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यवसाययत्.
Vyadarayat.
Oh, okay. सघोषोदार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत्. सबश्च पृथिवीं चैव
Nabhashta.
तोमो चैव अल्वा
Nabhashta.
नभश्च नभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलो वेणुनायदन् वेणुनाय वेणुनावयन्
Ah,
वेणुनावयन्. The terrific sound thundered across the sky and the earth and shattered the hearts of your sons, O Dhritarashtra. अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम पाण्डवः. At the time, the son of Pandu, Arjuna, who had the insignia of Hanuman on the flag of his chariot, took up his bow. ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाहमहीषते.
Mahipate.
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाहमहीपते. सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत. Arjun then spoke the following words to Sri Krishna: O infallible one, please take my chariot to the middle of both armies. यावदेनां निरीक्षेऽहं योद्मकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्रये. So that
Samudyame.
रणसमुद्रमे, so that I may. Can I repeat once again, madam?
Yeah, it is Rana Samudyame.
Asmin Ranasamudhame, so that I may look at the warriors arrayed for battle, whom I must fight in his great combat. Yotshamanamnapeksha veksheham य एतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षमः. I desire to see those who have come here to fight on the side of the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra, wishing to please him. एवमुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्. Sanjay said, O Dhritarashtra, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, the conqueror, sleep, Sri Krishna then drove the magnificent chariot between the two armies.
Thank you, Savitri ji.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else would like to volunteer? Krishna ji, Shilpa ji, Vijayan ji, Vaishnavi ji. Anyone? Okay. Then I will chant from the 25th one. भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैताम् समवेतान् कुरूनिति. In the presence of Bhishma, Dronacharya, and all other kings, Shri Krishna said, O Parth, behold these Kurus gathered here. Tatra pashyai sthitan Parthaha पितॄनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा. There, Arjun could see stationed in both armies his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, cousins, sons, nephews, grandnephews, friends. Shvashuraन् sruhrudaschaiva senayorubayorapi तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेय सर्वान् बन्धुनवस्थितान्. Fathers-in-law and well-wishers, seeing all his relatives present there. Arjuna uvacha कृपया परयाविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत् दृष्टवेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितम्. Arjun, overwhelmed with compassion and with deep sorrow, spoke the following words. O Krishna, seeing my own kinsmen arrayed for battle here and intent on killing each other. Sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati vepatuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate. My limbs are giving way and my mouth is drying up. My whole body shudders. My hair is standing on end. गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्ता त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः. My bow, the Gandiva, is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning all over. My mind is in quandary and whirling in confusion. निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे. I am unable to hold myself steady any longer. O Krishna, killer of the Keshi Daman, I only see omens of misfortune. I do not foresee how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle. Na kangshe vijayam Krishna, na cha rajyam sukhani cha, kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena va. O Krishna, I do not desire victory, kingdom, or the happiness accruing to it. येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगा सुखानि च तैमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणान् त्यक्त्वा धनानि च. Of what avail will be a kingdom, pleasures, or even life itself, when the very persons for whom we covet them are standing before us for battle? आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रास् तथैव च पितामहाः Matula Shvashurah Pautra Shyala Sambandhinasthata. Teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, grandsons, fathers-in-law, grandnephews, brothers-in-law, and other kinsmen are present here, staking their lives and riches. Etanna hantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim nu mahi krute. O Madhusudan, I do not wish to slay them, even if they attack me. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, what satisfaction will we derive from the dominion over the three worlds? What to speak of this earth? Nihatya dharshtarashtrannah ka priti syar janardana papamevashrayad shrayedasman hatvaitanatatainaha. O maintainer of all living entities, what pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Even though they may be aggressors, sin will certainly come upon us if we slay them. So we have completed till 36. So we will move.
Padmaji, one
Yes.
suggestion.
Yes, sir.
It's 6:45. Now that we have revised till where we have learned, do we want to go into contemplation? And then
Yes, sir, we can do that. Yes. And next week also we can take up from 37 onwards.
Yeah, because we anyway need a few more sessions for completing the contemplation.
Yes, sir.
So we all have been contemplating based on the talks by Sri Prabhuji. And I'm hoping that all of you have been able to go through, or at least are going through the first day one talk of Purna Yoga. Purna Yoga Darshana has about 19 talks, each one depending upon the size of the talk, somewhere around 2.5 hours or a little more. And each one has a lot of material on which we can contemplate. So far, we have contemplated the first two questions. Who is Krishna? And then who is Arjuna? Primarily to you. Is there anyone here who hasn't yet contemplated on who is Arjuna? Why was Arjuna taught Gita rather than Dharmaraya? Was that viewpoint shared by all of you? Okay, looks like all of you have shared it. But Padmaji, would you like to quickly summarize? Because we could not record the who is Arjuna and why was Arjuna taught Gita rather than Dharmaraya. So that way it will come in the recording, and then we can go into the next question.
Sorry, sir. Yes. So according to me, who is Arjuna? Arjuna, I think, is in all of us. When we are confused, when we don't know which path to take in life from the situations that we all face, I think we all are Arjuna in that sense, where we are confused. We want some clarity on what to do in some of the situations in life. So Arjuna is present within all of us at various times, and the Krishna within us is the soul, the super soul that is within us is the one that is also guiding us, I feel. But there has to be a surrender if we truly want to be Arjuna and seek the advice of Krishna. So the surrender comes only when we feel helpless. Otherwise, the ego is always there to claim that I can do it, I can find solutions, or I will take care of it. So only when we feel helpless. Um, in my own personal situation, if I see, there are countless experiences that I have been through where, finally I feel that, okay, as a person, I'm not able to do this. I need someone higher than me to guide me in this situation. And that is when I think true surrender happens. And that is when I think we get the guidance of the higher power within us, and which gives us the correct direction. I think similar situation is being faced by each one of us at one point or the other. So coming to the second question, why was Arjuna taught Gita rather than Dharmaraya or any other? I think the same bhava of faith and surrender that Arjuna had over Krishna, I think none of them had. And that is why faith, trust, and complete surrender is required to be the Arjuna and to receive the knowledge from Krishna.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Padmaji. Is there anyone here who would like to ask any question or add anything more to what has been said so far? Wonderful. If not, then we will take up the next most important question, Sadguru. And you can share your view based on the 4 sub-questions related to Sadguru. Why is Gita referred as a teaching by Narayana Swayam? So this is one of the questions, sub-question. What does it mean to be Apaurusheya? What is the importance of Brahma Nista teacher while learning Atmajyana? What is the importance of Guru Parampara? So either you can go sub-question by sub-question, or you can use these 4 sub-questions as a pointer to share your views on who is Sadguru, what do you feel about importance of Sadguru, and why in the beginning itself, in the Dhyana Shloka, it is being said as Narayana swayam. Why Gita is being taught as Narayana swayam. So you can consider all these questions and you can start sharing your views. So I'll call out the names according to the way I see it here on the screen. Shall we begin with Krishna ji?
Yeah. So Sadguru is, by the meaning, it's a true Guru who has realized the truth, and he's the one real Guru who is truth in the sense like true, universal truth, and how to lead a life. And the pointers I couldn't. I'm finding difficult to interpret myself. So
Sure.
yeah,
As you listen to others,
I would like
yeah,
at last I would provide my.
yeah. Thank you, Krishna ji.
Thank you.
Is there anything more you would like to say?
No, for now, yes.
Okay, all right. But what do you think is the importance of a Sadguru, Krishna ji? You said Sadguru is one who has realized the truth, but what is the importance of a Sadguru?
In the sense like, yeah, he's the one, as I told, right? He's the one who realized the universal truth, and through him, whoever is seeking for the truth can be taught and can realize the same truth through him. I mean, that's how I see in our life.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Savitri Amma, would you like to share your views? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Would you like to share your view, Amma?
Okay, sir.
Amma, you can feel free to share in Kannada also, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay, sir. ಸದ್ಗುರು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ ಸರ್?
ಹೌದಮ್ಮ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಸದ್ಗುರು. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ 4 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿದಾವೆ. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ತಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸದ್ಗುರು ಈ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಭಗವಂತನ ಒಂದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವನು ಭಗವಂತನ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಮೊದಲೇ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಭಗವಂತನಿಂದಲೇ ಹೇಳಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇದು ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಂದ ಕಲಿಯಲ್ಪಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲಿಸಲು ಸದ್ಗುರುನೇ ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಸದ್ಗುರು ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸತ್ಯ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಸತ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಅರಿತುಕೊಂಡಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಆತ್ಮ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರಿವು ನಮಗೆ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನು ಸದ್ಗುರು ನಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇರೋ ಸತ್ಯನೇ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡುವುದೇ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು.
ಮತ್ತೇನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ?
ನಮಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯದ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸುವವರೇ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು. ನಾವು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೇವೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಸತ್ಯ ಯಾವುದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಅರಿವಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಸತ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವುದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಗುರುಗಳು ಕಲಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆತ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಸದ್ಗುರು ನಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ರೂಪಾಜಿ, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್.
Hari Om sir. Hari Om everyone.
Padma Amma, would you like to share your views?
Sir. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. ಸದ್ಗುರು ತತ್ವ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹರಡಿದೆ. ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಸದ್ಗುರು ತತ್ವ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹರಡಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಜೀವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಡ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಆ ಸದ್ಗುರುವನ್ನ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತವೆ. ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪಾಠವನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ಸದ್ಗುರುವೇ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಭಾವಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತ ಜೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಜೀವಿಗೆ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು ನಾನು ಎರಡು ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಅವನು ತುಂಬಾ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೊರ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನು ದೇಹ ಮತ್ತು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಭಾವಗಳಿಂದ ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾದದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವನು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಏನೋ ಅಹಮ್ಮನ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಅವನು ವರ್ತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ವೋ ಆವಾಗ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನನ್ನ ಮೊರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಆ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನನ್ನ ಮರೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿನ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ನಿಜವಾದ ನಾನು. ಆ ನಿಜವಾದ ನಾನುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿನ ತತ್ವವು ಅಡಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳ ಸರ್?
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಮ್ಮ.
ಇವಾಗ ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಗೀತಾ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ನಾರಾಯಣೇನ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಥಾಯ ಪ್ರತಿಬೋಧಿತ ಭಗವತ ನಾರಾಯಣೇನ ಸ್ವಯಂ ವ್ಯಾಸೇನ ಗ್ರಥಿತ ಪುರಾಣ ಮುನಿನ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಮಹಾಭಾರತಂ ಅದ್ವೈತಾಮೃತ ವರ್ಷಿಣಿ ಭಗವತಿ ಅಷ್ಟಾದಶಾಧ್ಯಾಯಿನಿ ಅಂಬತ್ವಾಮನುಸಂಧಾಮಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಭಗವದ್ವೇಷಿಣಿ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿದರೆ, ನಾರಾಯಣನಿಂದನೇ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅರ್ಜುನನಿಗೆ ಬೋಧಿಸಿರೋದು. ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಗವಂತನ ಅವತಾರವೇ, ಭಗವಂತನೇ ನಾರಾಯಣನೇ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಬೋಧಿಸಿರೋದು. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾರಾಯಣನ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಇದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ವ್ಯಾಸೇನ ಗ್ರಥಿತಂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಸರು ಸಹ ಆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಅವತಾರವೇ. ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬೇರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ದ್ವೈಪಾಯನ ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಬೋಧಿಸಿರುವವರು ಆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನೇ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ತಲುಪಿಸಿರೋದು ಸಹ ಭಗವಂತನೇ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಕಲುಷಿತ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿರೋದು ಎಂಜಲಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಏನ್ ಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ತಲುಪ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪೌರಶೇಯ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸೇಮ್, ಅದು ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಯಂ ನಾರಾಯಣನಿಂದನೇ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಷ್ಠ ಟೀಚರ್? ಒಬ್ಬ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಷ್ಠ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಶ್ರೋತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಶ್ರೋತ್ರಿಗಳು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಡಿಸೈಪಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಅವರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಲುಪಿಸುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಹ ಅವರು ಹೊಂದಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂಥವರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಷ್ಠ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರ? ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆ ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಕಲುಷಿತವಾಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ತನ್ನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸಮಾರಂಭಂ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಮಧ್ಯಮಂ ಅಸ್ಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಪರ್ಯಂತಂ. ಹೀಗೆ ನಾರಾಯಣನಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತಹದ್ದು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಬೋಧಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇತರರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನಾರಾಯಣನಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಸದಾಶಿವನಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ತಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ತಲುಪಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ತಲೆಬಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಗುರುತತ್ವ, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಗುರುತತ್ವವನ್ನ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಶರಣ ಆಗ್ತೀನೋ ಅವಾಗ ಆ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಆಗಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾದ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆ ಗುರುವಿನ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಮ್ಮ. Vijayan ji, would you like to share your views?
My views, I'm not able to elaborate in detail as the other Gurujis, I should say, have said. In short, I would say a guru is one who shows us a path to God, I should say, who teaches us. A Sadguru is one who imparts wisdom to us. So this is in 2 lines I would like to sort of summarize.
Okay. Wonderful, Vijayanji. And as you listen to others, if you feel, you want to share more points, please feel free to raise your hand. Shilpa Kalaji?
Yes, sir. So, Sadguru is a true guru, is a self-realized person who communicates the truth in an easy manner, and in whose presence you feel peace, and your mind becomes clear, and it settles down. So this is regarding who is a Sadguru. Regarding remaining questions, so I have not yet reached to the point. I'm seeing the video, but I have not yet reached where Prabhuji is talking about these questions.
Okay. But as you see these questions, do you feel you have something to share? Why is Gita referred as Narayana swayam? By Lord Narayana himself. Gita was taught by Lord Narayana himself, is how it begins.
Yes.
Why would such a statement be important before we begin the study of Gita?
So this statement is important because it comes from Lord himself and not from any person.
So is there a difference between what we refer as Lord and person?
So in a person, a normal human being would be someone who has not yet realized that he is Brahman too. But when Lord, he himself is imparting this, he is helping us to realize that to know the truth. So this is what I can say.
This is how you see it. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you understand by the word Apaurusheya?
So I don't know the meaning of that word.
Sure. Means it Paurusheya by a person, Apaurusheya by not a person. That's what it literally means.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Do you have any views on the next two questions?
No, sir, but as the discussion, contemplation happens, I would add on.
Sure, Shilpaji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Vaishnaviji?
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om, Vaishnaviji.
The word guru, the meaning that I interpret is somebody who leads, Sadguru, somebody who shows the way. So the onus is on the learner to move forward, and the guru is the guiding principle, the guiding uh, uh, the compass to the whole journey. Um, and uh, and the and in the whole journey, he is the one who removes the darkness and interprets any knowledge and turns that into wisdom. So the effort and the enthusiasm and the onus is always on the student. And if he has and if the guru finds right, then the whole relationship develops that way. Otherwise, it is different from a teacher, is what I believe, Guruji.
Okay. Would you have any views on the four sub-questions? Why Gita referred as Narayana swayam, or Apaurusheya, or importance of Brahma Nista, Guru Parampara?
Sir, the second one, Apaurusheya, is something that is beyond human, and what is beyond the limits of the human nature. And the Guru Parampara is one that preserves the sanctity of what is transferred, that knowledge of knowledge that is transferred. That much I can interpret, sir.
All right. Thank you, Vaishnaviji. Rupaji?
Yes, sir. Why is Gita referred to as teaching by Narayana swayam? This is because Guru himself is Narayana, and it is not possible for human mind to give the knowledge on spirituality, to tell us that we are Brahman, and because human mind can be biased, it may be corrupted, so it is only God himself who can give us this knowledge. Second one, what is Apaurusheya? Apaurusheya means it is not from the human. And for a human to give this knowledge is not possible. And this Guru is Brahma Nista, means a realized one, who has realized Brahman himself. Only that person can be a Guru.
But isn't it that, you and I are talking about something as humans only? We're using the human mind, we're using the human body, we're discussing our life experiences. And when Prabhuji teaches, you hear him speak.
Yes, sir, we have this human mind. We are not realized.
So Apaurusheya means, then what is your interpretation?
Apaurusheya means not the human mind, sir.
But it's a human mind that is also speaking. Is it not?
Yes. But that the human mind that is here, Guru's mind actually has gotten rid of the ego. He is a realized one, and he has gotten rid of ego. So here we can say that his mind is not as same as ours.
So there is a certain quality that is different in that mind, is what you are saying, is it?
Yes, sir.
And that is, there is no ego.
Yes, there's no ego, and he has realized himself. He has realized his true nature.
Okay. Is there anything more you would like to share on this question?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Rupaji.
Thank you, sir.
Padmaji, would you like to share your views?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So first one is why is Gita referred to as teaching by Narayana swayam? So here, if we take the example of Bhagavad Gita itself, it has been given by Sri Krishna Paramatma himself to Arjuna. So the Narayana swayam, that is important because it is not of a human mind. These are eternal truths, which is there in the creation, and it can be conveyed only by someone who has transcended the human mind. That is, there is no ego, and like everyone else shared, these cannot come out of a human mind because these are all eternal truths that are there. So the Gita, the essence of the teaching of Gita, which is you are none other than Brahman, that itself is the eternal truth. And this can be taught only by realized person. That is why I think the mention of Sadguru is also coming here. And what is Apaurusheya? Apaurusheya is something which is not coming out of a human being. So one who has transcended that state, one who is in samadhi, or one who is a realized being, is someone who can give this knowledge. And the knowledge is being shared to disciples. That is why the importance of Guru Parampara is also there. Like, for example, in this shloka, the first dhyana shloka, Narayana himself is giving the teaching, and then it is being passed on by the Guru Shishya Parampara, where Veda Vyasa is giving it to us. And currently we are going through with someone else as gurus for that. So yeah, sir. So this is how I interpreted it. So Sadguru, if you see, Guru is someone who is teaching us important lessons in life. The Guru can be anyone. It can be in any form. It can be an animal. It can be a bird. It can be anyone who is teaching us the life lessons. And in all the situations in life, even if we think ourselves as Arjuna, there is no real Krishna who is coming from outside. There is a Krishna within all of us who is guiding us. So that is the Sadguru for all of us.
All right. So let's see from your and my individual viewpoint. When you start interacting with the world, you start learning. What is that you and I learn? It depends upon who is around us. Is it not? If people around us spoke Kannada, you and I learned Kannada. If they are speaking English, we learned English. If they are eating a certain kind of food, we learned that kind of eating food. If they were wearing a certain kind of dress, we learned that way of wearing the dress. If they were behaving with other people in certain way, we learned that behavior. If they thought something is of importance, we also imbibe that. So in a way, you and I are like this sponge that absorbs water and retains. What is that you and I retain? Depends upon what is that we have received. Generally, what happens in what we receive in the world? Generally, there is a you and me and the others. That kind of a thinking process is entrenched in the society. When you look at the society, there is a division along various lines. There is division based on gender, division based on caste, division based on economic status, division based on education status, money, position, region. So many kinds of you and me. This is what you and me also imbibe in the world. So the thinking process becomes, I am separate from you. Who is this you? That you can be another person. It can be another animal. It can be another plant. So you and I get into a deep feeling of separation. I am actually separate from you. There's a lot of feeling of individuality. We talk about, oh, what a nice personality. What is personality? When we speak like that, personality is the sum total of how somebody looks physically and behaves. Is it not? What we call as personality. So somebody, for example, oh, look, how nicely they dress. That person always dresses very nicely. It becomes a mark of their personality. Or in some cases, we say, look how nicely that person sings. Or look, how nicely that person speaks. So like that, certain observable traits we call as personality. The way they dress, the way they look, the way they speak, the way they conduct themselves in situations. So we keep calling all of that as personality. And we all start thinking, oh, I also have to develop. People come and say, look at that person, how nicely he dresses. Can you not also dress nicely? So we also get into, oh, I also have to copy. Okay, so look at how nicely that person speaks. I also have to speak nicely. So we get into a personality development approach in life. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with any of the thing that has been said. After all, that is what has made our life so enriching. We are essentially monkey see, monkey do. What we see is what we learn. Because fundamentally, as a small child, the world is like the mirror. So whatever you see in the mirror is what you imbibe. The world is like a mirror. What you see in your parents is what you've imbibed. What you've seen in your friends, you've imbibed. What you've seen in your teachers around you, you've imbibed. What you have liked in certain people, you've imbibed. What you've disliked in some people, you have stayed away from such feelings and thoughts and behaviors. So each one of us have used the world as a mirror to construct what you and I call as my personality. And that is how we speak, no? You know who I am? If somebody comes and asks you a question, what are your qualities? What do you like? What do you dislike? If somebody asks you such a question, you would give a answer. How would you give an answer? oh, I am a very beautiful person. Oh, I'm a very intelligent person. Or, oh, I am not so good with this. I'm very bad with that. I like these things. I dislike these things. When people misuse my innocence, I get very irritated. I am very angry person. So like that, we give a list of behaviors that, you and I think is who I am. So this way of leading the life as an inherent issue, when you notice a little carefully, what is that issue? Whenever I feel I am separate from something else in life, there is either a feeling of, whatever I'm separate from, if I have friends with that, then, I can trust it. If I do not know about it, there is a sense of fear, anxiety, what it can do to me. So the inherent separation can either cause some kind of an anxiety or tension or worry or irritation or anger, because fundamentally all these feelings that you call as what I don't want, fear, anger, worry, tension, stress, when you notice, they all stem from something else. And that something else, there is a sense of, it's not mine. So fundamentally, this you and me can create this sense of fear, anxiety. Why was Arjuna fighting? My country, my place, my region has been taken away by others. So now I have to get it back. Correct? Huh? So I have to get it back. And how do I get it back? From the others. I have to fight and win. So you and I get into this competition, this sense of I have to earn my place. So this causes all kinds of troubles in life. Just like how Arjuna is going through in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Sidanti mamagatrani, such a great archer, is trembling, is having dry mouth, is saying, the Gandiva is slipping from my hands. My whole body is burning. So there is a sense of anxiety. There's a sense of fear that has set into him. Now, this is where a Sadguru is different. So we see all these people who behave like you and me are separate. But there comes another being. There comes another being who we refer as Sadguru, whose attitude towards life, whose way of looking at life is entirely different from how you and I have learnt about life. People would have taught you money is important, work for money, work for position, make good house, buy good cars. But here is someone who comes and says, all of that is not important. Here is someone who comes and says, treat the others like you would treat yourself. Here is a person who comes and says, no matter how you look, no matter what your background is, no matter what your gender is, no matter how intelligent or stupid you are, I hug you and I offer you love and care. So his way of life is much different. Like how, any wonderful mother would treat her children, irrespective of whether the children, how the child is, the mother, the child has that deep feeling of trust with the mother. So you start seeing someone who's radically different in his way of life. So What is that has made that person to behave that way? Is he just trying to be nice? Is he just trying to be nice to you and me? When you start going near him, you also notice that, come what may, as far as the situations in life is concerned, that individual seems to be so stable. Whether there is praise, he is peaceful. Whether there is insult, he is peaceful. Whether there is loss, he is peaceful. Whether there is gain, he is peaceful. And somehow, magically, he seems to be happy all the time. So for the first time in our life, we see someone who's radically different, who's radically having a different attitude towards life. So then you and I start wondering, what is it that makes this individual be this way? And just like any other thing that, you become so curious in life, like how this Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, not in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, because the rest of the Bhagavad Gita happens because Arjuna asked a very honest question. Though he did not say it in that way, but why did Arjuna ask Krishna, Krishna, I'm so confused, teach me. What is that he's interested in learning? Somebody called Krishna, for some strange reason, is so happy, come what may, in his life. So there must be something that individual has realized that can help my situation also. That simple realization in Arjuna made him ask that question. So that is a Sadguru. Why is he so peaceful? Why is he so happy? What is the realization in him that has enabled him to be like that? So the sense of separation, the deep sense of separation that you and I are separate, has vanished in him. And that very sense of vanished boundary helps you and I also recognize your own, my own lack of boundary. That you and I are not bounded human creatures. You and I start realizing that for the first time in the presence of a Sadguru. Because any bounded being can only teach about boundaries. An Indian can only talk about India. An American can only talk about America. A person who has eaten only biryani can only teach you biryani. Only a good chef who has really eaten biryani, eaten South Indian idli, vada, sambar, Chinese noodles, American burger, can expand your horizon of thinking about food. Is it not? Otherwise, you're only going to be served with biryani. So that is the essential meaning of Apaurusheya. So here is someone who has transcended the so-called you and me way of thinking life. You and me way of thinking life has certain boundary, certain limit. I am whatever else you define. After that, I am an Indian, I am very intelligent. Each of those are certain boundaries. But your true nature is beyond all this. And it is not something that cannot be said, because you keep on talking about anything in life, there's something else to talk about. So it's an infinite variety. So Sadguru is someone who has transcended the limitations of all these varieties. And only in such a presence can you and I realize how you and I are also limitless like that. So that is the significance of a Sadguru. It is impossible to get a good chef to come and teach you all different varieties, because a good chef opens your mind to how the 6 tastes, how they can be combined to create any other taste. Is it not? So fundamentally, a good chef has to open up your mind about how 6 main tastes that we refer as, any dish, is what is the basis of all other dishes. So something essential a good chef teaches you. Like that, something essential about you and me is what a Sadguru teaches. And to be able to teach that, Sadguru himself cannot be bounded in his or her thinking. Because ultimately, you and I receive that. Like we already saw, how the world is like a mirror. You and I have to see it in someone. It is not a matter of belief. It is not a matter of Krishna was there ante, and he was a Paramatma ante, and he did all these things ante. Then it becomes a ante kante. Means what? Somebody told, it was revealed to somebody else. But you and me, no. You and I are mere mortals. You and I, it is not for us. You just believe what that other person is saying, or believe what my scripture is saying. Then it is ante kante Purana. Then it is not a living reality. Truth means what? Universal truth means what? Something that is true in all the places, in all the times, and independent of any particular person. It must be true if these 3 conditions are met. Is it not? It must be true in all the places. India, America, Pakistan, China, Mars. It must be true. Must be true yesterday, today, tomorrow. It is not necessarily only for that person and not for this person. Then only you can call it as a universal truth. So what we refer as God, we always say, oh, God is true. So means what? Must be true now, here and now. Must be true in your very current way of experiencing life. But how do you open your heart to that? So Sadguru is the mirror who opens your and my heart and your and my eyes to see that reality, which is a living reality, which means it must be something that you are essentially. What you are essentially must be the only truth. A Sadguru takes you to that. Sadguru is a mirror to that. So Sadguru, therefore, begins as a mirror. But what that Sadguru says, you are that. So takes you to your own true nature. And this jnana, like any other jnana, like the biryani jnana, many houses are famous for some dishes. You would say, how you learned? I learned it from my mother. How did she learn? From grandmother. So like that, there is a tradition. Even this jnana, what jnana? Atmajyoti, or the knowledge about the self, or your own divine nature. This jnana also has to be taught in a particular way, in a particular methodology. Like how you cannot make a biryani by simply bringing all the ingredients and mixing them all at once. Some things, there is a process. First you have to heat the oil, then you have to put certain things, then you have to cook the rice in a certain way. So there is a process involved. So Guru Parampara means this particular process has been mastered and it is being passed on generation to generation so that the same effect, meaning what? Same realization can be had. And it can happen only through a Brahma Nista teacher, someone who himself or herself is realized. Because you and I, first of all, relate to another person, another being as a form. Mata Amritanandamayi. Oh, she is a wonderful, loving, caring mother-like. Oh, Prabhuji, oh, he is so nice, father-like. So you and I relate to first a person. Then when we have faith in the teaching of that being, then we realize the Sadguru Tattva is not a personality, is not a personal Tattva, is an impersonal. And that is the essential truth of you and me also. Let me stop here. Is there any question or any other point that anybody wants to add? If not, shall we end the contemplation here, Padmaji? Hari Om.